Hello YouTube, sorry it's been a while, but I'm going to do today the hamster's guide. Now this is going to be a guide for anybody who's thinking about buying a hamster. It's going to cover the different species of hamster, just a quick thing, the hamster's cage, toys, food, treats, and anything else I can think of while I'm going through this. So hope you like it, and if you do, please subscribe. Okay, the first thing we're going to go through is the species of hamsters that you can get. You can get Syrians, which is the biggest of all the hamster species, dwarf Campbell Russians, dwarf winter white Russian, Chinese, and I'm not even sure how to pronounce it, but I'm not even going to try and pronounce it because it's a bit complicated to say, and I don't want to offend anybody by trying to say it. To be honest, I've only had Syrian hamsters, but all hamsters act very similar, and there's no special things that you really need to know about the different types of hamster because they all act the same. The only thing I will say is that with the toys for the hamster, might be an idea when you get, especially with the Syrians, because they are bigger, if you let them have a wheel, it will actually hurt their back, so it's best to get I think it's called a saucer, which is basically a wheel, but it's a lot better for the hamster's back because it doesn't make them bend their back. Right, I'm going to talk about the cage in a second, but I would like to point out right now that if you are to buy a hamster, best way I would do it is by going to a pet shop and buying it from the pet shop, because then you know, because they usually have a record of the hamster, what its name is, any health issues, what it likes food wise, treats, stuff like that. So it's always good to try and get it from a shop. If you can't, then obviously, if you do get one via, friend breeds them, or somebody that you trust, I would go through that. Personally, I would never buy one off the internet because you just don't know what you're going to get, but at the end of the day, that's up to you. Okay, right, onto the cage. Now, whenever you buy a hamster, you need to buy a cage for it, obviously. Now, depending on how much you want to spend, usually cages are usually from £20 up, and they can go to ridiculous prices. If you have a Syrian, I would suggest getting a one that's completely a bit like the one in the picture, but the other ones like the dwarfs and stuff, you can actually get away with a fully plastic cage. Also always look out for tubes as well. Now, people will argue that tubes are a bad thing for a hamster. I personally think they're good because it's a safe place where the hamster can go where it will feel safe. When I had my hamster, she used to make her, I'd used to clean out her cage and clean out her tubes, and she'd always, within a couple of days, put her bed and her food all back in the tube, because that's where she lived. Basically, that's where her bed was. Like I said, you can get them all different sizes and shapes and stuff. So yeah, always buy the cage with the hamster, and you can get cages at pet stores, and sometimes you'll see them online as well. But like I said, it's usually better to buy them from the store because you sort of can see it and know that it's okay. Okay, hamsters toys. Now, the one that you see obviously is the one everyone knows, which is the hamster balls. The hamster ball is very useful because you can put the hamster in it while you're trying to clean out her cage. So that is a very good thing to have, I find. But there are things that can go inside the cage. Obviously, when you buy a cage, usually there's a wheel in there. Obviously, depending on what species your hamster is, will depend whether you keep it or not. I had mine when I had my hamster, because she was very young. I left the wheel in there. She didn't really use it that much, but when she got a bit older and got a bit bigger, I took it out anyway because it was going to hurt her back if I didn't, and she did decide to use it. There's also loads of different toys that you can buy for hamsters. There's chewing toys, chewing racks, little places where they can hide, houses, stuff like that. It's always good to buy a few toys for the hamster. Gives us something to do, especially with with something to chew. Hamsters also like to have the inside of toilet rolls as well. Always a good idea to get put one of them in, and they'll chew that to pieces. Hamsters, you need to have something for the hamster to chew on, because that's how they keep their teeth nice and short. If they grow too long, then it can become a health issue for them. Okay, hamster food. Now, with everything, I usually when I had my hamster, I bought everything from the pet shop, just for the simple fact that I knew that if I was buying it from the pet shop, I'd get it correct. Most pet shops now have a little symbol system, which shows you what that particular food, if that is good for a hamster, or if it's better for a rabbit or guinea pig or whatever. Whenever you buy it from a pet shop as well, it'll always have the well balanced stuff. So it'll always have nuts, seeds, everything the hamster will need to stay healthy. Now, when you put it in the bowl, the hamster will do a couple of things. Probably it'll go up and check it first. Probably get in the bowl, find out what it likes, what it doesn't like, kick the stuff it doesn't like out. And fill its pouches. Now, don't worry about that. Don't worry about it filling its pouches. It always fills its pouches. It's nature to do that. So do not worry about it if it fills its pouches and then goes and deposits them somewhere. That's its instinct to do that. So you won't need to worry about that at all. Okay, something that a lot of people get a bit confused with is the hamster treats. Now, exactly the same with the food. Most pet shops have the symbol system as well. So always double check, make sure that what you're buying is right for your hamster. There are quite a few treats that hamsters can have. They have yogurt drops. They have little coloured sticks, flavoured coloured sticks. And they also have fruit, nut and seed sticks as well. Now, my hamster obviously love treats. I mean, just like us, we love chocolate and our treats. Hamsters do love treats. They will vary in what they like. For example, my hamster really loved the seed and nut sticks that I used to put in. But my mum's hamster, who is actually, its brother or sister, it didn't actually bother with them that much. It was more into the fruit ones and stuff like that. So that's always good. Monkey nuts also is a good thing. My hamster absolutely freaking loved monkey nuts. Like I said, because it's something nice to chew on. So that's always good. And the fruit sticks, she used to nibble away through them, and the yogurt drops, she loved them to pieces. Every time I put them in there, she'd find them very quickly. Something I'm going to quickly touch upon before I finish this video is it's always good, especially if your hamster is very young, to take it down the vet every now and then just to make sure that it's okay. My hamster actually had had something wrong with her. I think she was just very, very small. Didn't feed well off her mother. So I took her down the vets. But apart from the fact that she was a little bit undersized, she was absolutely fine. But it is always good to make sure that you know where the vets are, just in case your hamster does start acting a bit odd, a bit weird, so you can get it sorted. Okay, I'd like to say thank you for watching this video. This is, like I said, a hamster's guide. So for anybody who wants to own a hamster, this is just a brief summary. I'm sure there's probably other things that I've probably missed. But whenever you go to a pet shop, you will be given a leaflet anyway on the animal that you buy from a pet shop, which will tell you everything you need to know about the animal that you are buying, so that you can care for it in the right way. Like I said, I'd like to thank you for watching this video, and if you click on the link below, you will go to my video of how cleaning the hamster's cage out, and if you click the little icon, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.